Guys, you know, I'm not going to say I told you, but I fucking told you. I mean, do you guys not believe me? You know? I mean, you guys can keep going over your tits and ass, their TNA, the technical analysis, ISO, Pumptober. Shut the fuck up. All right, guys, look. There's no Pumptober. There's no pump. There's no nothing. All right? The elites know you're here. That's all I have to say. I mean, look at Twitter. Like, you see all these ISO posts and Japan using Ripple, Japan, Ripple, Japan. Shut the fuck up. No one cares. Where's my 589? Where's my rental property? I told you guys, I explained to you guys how crypto works. I've been here for 8 years now. I'm not a beginner anymore with this. And like I can tell. A lot of you guys are new here. A lot of you guys aren't, on my channel at least. You guys are veterans on my channel, but like even the veterans on this channel, I gotta teach you guys something. You're still talking about the charts too much. You're still looking at cup and handles and head and shoulders and Folgers, and Maxwell House and Toyota, and you're looking at these descending fractals and ascending triangles and sideways squares, and guys, that doesn't fucking matter. You know what matters? Who's killing who on this planet? Who's funding wars? Whose politicians are being replaced? Whose politicians are being whacked? Whose geopolitical events are lining up with the financial systems that we're seeing develop right before our eyes? I mean, we're gonna go back up, guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys are fazed by this, but remember, like, I've been here before. Like, I've been from $10,000 Bitcoin to $123,000 Bitcoin. That's my history. So I really don't. This is nothing to me. I don't care. I'm continuing buying. And I try to tell you guys, I give you the insight of how my mind works. I don't do cup and handles. I do elites. I do conspiracies. I do aliens. I do reptilian shape-shifting politicians that put flesh suits on and portray themselves as our leaders, which really they're not. The human race is enslaved, and they just don't know it. But us, in crypto, we seem to be the higher IQ of the bunch in the lab, the rats in the lab, And we've stumbled upon this gift, which is crypto. And the reason that that this market treats you like this, you get all excited, right? You're like, oh my God, Japan just partnered. There was 2023 was filled with partnerships. Ripple partnered with this. Ripple partnered with my dick. Ripple partnered with this guy. Ripple partnered with JP Morgan Chase. And nobody gave a fuck. This year, it's all about Ripple Japan. ISO 22222 is still here and going strong. What's the other stuff? All the utility, guys. I love the utility here. And all I see here is great buys. Like when I see Ethereum at under $3,000, if you put $1,000 into that, you can get 35% of an ETH. Guys, I remember when $1,000 bought 1/10 of a Bitcoin. That's $1,000 would have got you 10%. Isn't that insane? You could have had 0.1 Bitcoin with $1,000. Crazy stuff. And then, man, my brain's flowing right now. But anyway, so Bitcoin's down to 86,000, and we just had a drop probably about half an hour ago. And if you're following my channel, guys, you know what I'm thinking. That the elites are here. They're still not happy with. There are still people in the market that they want out of the market, and that's the only reason this is happening. And I have a theory that I made this on a video. I talked about this on a video a couple of weeks ago. I think they're trying to shake Sailor out of here. Like, I think they're trying to shake Saylor because, like, before Saylor came in, it was like there was a huge spread from, like, it was almost like it was way more volatile than this. And I think when Saylor came in at around, what was he, at around 50,000 Bitcoin, he inadvertently, in my opinion, set like a wall there, like a wall that a lot of people who, like, for me, for example, like, I feel safe with Saylor there at $50,000. I feel like that's a safety barrier. You know, anyone who bought above that, I mean, if you bought before that, you're totally good to go. But honestly, if you bought after Saylor bought, you're almost good to go also, because if you think about it, like, they're not, Saylor's not going to let his company fail and tank and go into the negative. So, if he isn't already. So I'm thinking, like, there must be some strings that will be pulled either on Saylor's end or the Elite's end to finagle with this market somehow. But I think Saylor inadvertently placed a wall that was like a safety barrier. Like, okay, this is going to, right here, I'm going to put this here, which is like, what's his investment level at around 50, and then he just starts building from there. And then you have El Salvador also in there too at around 50,000, 49. So, El Salvador is not going to let their country fail. So it's almost like this safety precaution in a way. And I don't know if you guys have thought about that, but that's just a theory I have. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I just kind of wanted to vomit on you guys there with all this thoughts that I'm having about crypto. But the general gist of this video, this is, I mean, I literally tell you guys what's going to happen. I'm getting more confident in my foresight abilities, which I've had before, but I seem to be pretty good at predicting this market. I mean, I do, I really do believe in things that a lot of other people don't believe in, and it seems to be working here. And I mean, I really literally just go back. I don't have a lot of followers, guys, but if you go back into my videos, you will literally hear me talking almost every video about an $80,000 Bitcoin. I've been calling this since the beginning of the year. You guys are too happy. Just use the fear and greed index. Like, when you guys get too happy, that's a signal to me. Okay? And, like, you need to pick up on that and realize, okay, like, that's a signal for him, so I should follow that signal. Like, follow the veterans on the space if you're new here. And even the veterans, you have to also thinking new theories. Anything can change in this market. I mean, everything changed when Saylor came in here. This is not the same market I was in back in 2021, okay? There weren't as many elites here. I don't know. There's just there are people here that they want out. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. And until they get out, they're not going to pump us. You heard that here first. I'm telling you, it's all about the elites. It's all about who's in the market and who they care to make rich and who they care not to make rich. And if you're one of the last ones, it's like Squid Games, dude. You got to be one of the last ones standing. You can't bail, because the feeling of when you bail and then Bitcoin goes to 500,000 overnight, or XRP goes to $100 or $50 or $25 overnight, and then you look at that and you missed it by like a week or a month, or if you had just held on a day longer, dude, that's what drives people to the brink of some bad shit. So happy investing. Think about that stuff. All about conspiracies, all about politics, and all about things that are not in plain sight. They're hidden in plain sight, but they're not in plain sight. The shakeouts are not based on tits and ass analyzing. Okay, the charts mean nothing. You need to look at the world. Geopolitical events and narratives and thinking about conspiracies, thinking about outside the box. Why is the shakeout happening so hard? Why is everything happening the opposite of what you're being told? Oh, crypto was supposed to be Pumptober this October. Yeah, well, why the fuck would you think that when if you're a conspiracy person like I am, that's not going to happen because the elites are here and they manipulate the market. So you can't bank on things that the masses say. So like when I go on Twitter or I see all these YouTube channels, oh, Pumptober, 2026, 4-year cycle, we're going to get rich. Everybody pile in, we're going to get rich. You know what I'm thinking? All you idiots piling into the plane just so they can crash that shit and burn it. So I stay on the sideline. I buy. And right now I'm buying because the elites know what's up. So that's all I got to say. Thanks for listening. Give me a like, subscribe. I am trying to make a little bit extra money here. I don't want to do this for nothing. So, I might start leaving my Bitcoin address up here. But anyway, thanks for listening, and peace.